Ace arrested by Jacksonville Beach police around midnight.
So Yungeen Ace has long been known in Jacksonville. We are consistently monitoring those groups. We have people that are always watching them.
Yeah, we got after that. We gotta go to the back. He's gonna get the camera. Yeah, back.
2 minutes ago, the entire hip-hop world stopped breathing in a packed Florida courtroom. Yungeen Ace, once the heart of Duval County, collapsed in tears as the verdict echoed off the walls, guilty in the shocking death of Foolio. Flashes exploded, fans screamed, and chaos broke out as Yungeen's crew tried to rush the bench. The judge's gavel was useless against the storm inside and outside. Everywhere you look, emotions ran high. Mothers sobbing, rappers cursing at cameras, and fans crying on live as their hero's world crashed down in real time. But this was more than just a trial. This was a war between families, between entire cities, and every shocking detail was broadcast for the world to dissect. What really happened that night? Did Yungeen Ace betray his own people, or was he just the fall guy in a plot that goes way deeper than anyone ever imagined? Behind the scenes, friends turned enemies. Lawyers made deals, and a single piece of evidence shattered everything Ace swore was true. Tonight, we break down every moment, every betrayal, and every tear. Was justice served, or was this the ultimate rap setup? Buckle up, because what happens next will change hip-hop forever. The morning after the verdict, Jacksonville didn't feel like Jacksonville. Outside the courthouse, news vans lined the block. Fans wrapped in Free Ace t-shirts held signs and wiped tears from their faces. Police kept a close eye as some shouted injustice, and others just stared at the marble steps where it all went down. Inside, the courtroom was a war zone, reporters fighting for angles, lawyers whispering, and somewhere in the chaos, Yungeen Ace's family huddled, their world split wide open. For months, this trial was all anyone in Florida could talk about. Foolio's death was a wound that never closed, a headline that kept the city in a chokehold. Rumors spun out of control. One night, it was a setup. The next, it was street revenge, and every rapper with a grudge had something to say on live. Ace had kept quiet, head down, only speaking when forced. With that guilty verdict hanging over him, everything he'd built, music, friendships, even his reputation, was in freefall. The prosecution painted Ace as the mastermind, showing blurry footage, leaking text messages, and parading witness after witness. Every day, fans outside debated each piece of so-called evidence. "That's not him, bro," a kid in a black hoodie yelled, clutching his phone to show a grainy clip. His friend shook his head. "They just want to lock someone up." Foolios. Family needs closure, but Ace didn't do this. Inside the courtroom, Ace looked broken. His mother, hands trembling, squeezed a tissue in her fist as the judge spoke. "Mr. Benton, you have been found guilty of the death of Julio Foolio Fuentes." The words barely landed before Ace started to cry, his shoulders shaking as his attorney tried to steady him. The gallery exploded, some shouted support, others cursed, and a few just hung their heads in disbelief. In the front row, Foolio's family watched with a different kind of pain. His mother sobbed into her sister's arms. His uncle stared at Ace, eyes burning with questions nobody could answer. Later, reporters would say it was the most divided courtroom in Duval County history, one side grieving, the other destroyed. Social media, predictably, lost its mind. Within minutes, #FreeAce and #JusticeForFoolio both trended worldwide. Rappers posted cryptic stories, some hinting at a setup, others mocking Ace's tears, a few warning that it ain't over. A viral clip showed Ace's best friend storming out of the courthouse, shoving cameras aside and yelling, "Y'all don't know the real story." That real story was what everyone wanted, but nobody could agree on. Some said Ace and Foolio had been plotting a collab before things went sideways. Others insisted Foolio was targeted by his own crew and Ace just got caught up. Rumors swirled that the key witness, known only as Twin, was paid off or threatened, or both. Every night, fans broke down the evidence on Twitter Spaces, dissecting every detail, searching for a crack in the prosecution's case. But back in the holding cell, Ace wasn't thinking about trending hashtags or street rumors. He just wanted to see his mom. His lawyer, Ms. Castillo, sat beside him, reading the paperwork in a quiet voice. "We're going to appeal. This isn't over, Ace." He wiped his eyes, shaking his head. "They really think I did it. Everyone, even some of my people, switched up." Castillo leaned in, whispering, "They need a villain, Ace. Right now. That's you. But the truth always comes out." Meanwhile, Foolio's old manager, known in the city as Uncle Rick, gave a heated interview outside. "My nephew didn't deserve this. I don't care what anyone says about street life, he was trying to make it out. Ace. Man, I used to respect him, but this?" Reporters pushed for more, but Rick just shook his head, fighting back tears. Ain't no winners today. By that night, Duval was a city on edge. Some neighborhoods lit candles for Foolio, holding up his records and promising to keep his name alive. Others spray-painted Free Ace on overpasses and blasted his songs out of car speakers. A show of loyalty that cut right through the pain. Even rival rappers posted tributes, some honest, some just looking for clout, but all proof that the scene had been rocked to its core. Inside a local diner, fans argued over plates of wings and fries. "It's all politics," one girl snapped, slamming her drink down. They can't solve the case, so they pin it on the biggest name. Her friend shot back, "You don't know what goes down out there. Foolio's people want blood. Somebody had to pay." Their voices rose, and soon half the place was shouting families, old heads, and kids who just wanted to listen to music without a funeral at the end. While the city tore itself apart, Ace's team got to work. Ms. Castillo and her assistant Dante sifted through every piece of evidence. "This video is trash quality," Dante muttered. "And Twin's testimony?" He switched his story 3 times. Castillo nodded. "It's all circumstantial. We have to find something solid or he's done." Meanwhile, a leaked phone call from jail hit the blogs. Ace's voice, raw and defeated, echoed across the internet. "I ain't do this. They setting me up. I just want my mama to know I love her." Fans cried, rivals mocked, and bloggers debated every syllable. One popular podcaster summed it up. "The system wants a headline, not the truth." But then came the twist nobody saw coming. Late that night, a shadowy Instagram account posted a clipped grainy security cam footage. Time-stamped the night Foolio died. In it, a figure in a black hoodie runs past a corner store, same time, same block. Captions read, "This ain't Ace. This, the real killer." Within hours, the video had 1 million views. People started to ask, was Ace innocent after all? In the last scene of the night, Ace sits alone in his cell, staring at the wall as his lawyer bursts in. "We found something, Ace. You might get another shot." His eyes fill with hope, just as sirens wail outside and a new wave of chaos begins in the streets. The morning after the video leak, the whole city was buzzing with rumors. The Instagram clip had already made its way onto every blog, meme page, and rap fan account you could name. Even local news anchors were replaying the grainy footage, frame by frame, as if they could crack the case themselves. Outside the courthouse, the mood had flipped. Some fans now held up Ace is innocent signs. Others called the video fake, and nobody seemed to agree on what was real anymore. Inside the cramped law office, Ms. Castillo leaned over Dante's shoulder, both of them glued to the laptop screen. "Pause, it go back," she ordered, voice sharp. Dante rewound the video, zooming in on the shadowy figure sprinting down the street. "Look, that's not Ace. Whoever this is, he's taller, heavier. And check the shoes red, not white." Castillo's heart raced. This is what we needed. But who leaked it? Ace, still locked up, waited by the phone for any news. When Ms. Castillo finally called, her voice had a spark he hadn't heard in weeks. "We have something, Ace. You're not out yet, but this might break the case." Ace pressed his palm to the glass, hope flickering. "Thank you. Just don't. Let them forget about me, get about me." Meanwhile, Foolio's camp was in damage control. Uncle Rick went live on Instagram, slamming the video. "Fake news. They'll do anything to get Ace off. Foolio deserves justice." Foolio's sister jumped in, tears in her eyes. "We lost. Our brother don't let some internet troll change the story now." But even some of their supporters hesitated, looking at the footage and wondering if they'd gotten it all wrong. Rap blogs ran wild with theories. Is Ace being set up? New footage proves his innocence. Others doubled down. Don't fall for it. This is what lawyers do. Podcasters went live, taking calls from both sides. One fan shouted, "If Ace is innocent, why did he cry in court?" Another snapped back, "Bro, you ever lost everything in one day? You'd cry too." Meanwhile, Duval County prosecutors scrambled to save their case. They called an emergency press conference, the district attorney looking rattled but defiant. "We're aware of the video. We stand by our evidence and the verdict." Reporters hammered them with questions. Will you reopen the case? Is Ace really guilty? But the only answer was a stony silence. Inside the jail, Ace's mind raced. He couldn't sleep, couldn't eat, just replayed the night Foolio died in his head, searching for anything he missed. In a tense call with his mom, he broke down. "I ain't do it, Ma. I swear. Even if the world think I did." She sobbed, voice shaking. "Hold on, baby. Ms. Castillo is fighting. We believe you." As the defense team dug deeper, Dante traced the Instagram account that posted the video. It was made last week, burner email, fake phone number. Smart. But then he found something, an old story from the night of Foolio's death, posted from the same location. Whoever did this, they were there. Castillo's eyes narrowed. Find them. If this is real, we have to get them in court. Meanwhile, rival rappers saw opportunity. One local up-and-comer dropped a diss track, calling out both Ace and Foolio, trying to cash in on the chaos. Another posted, "If Ace get out, he better watch his back. Streets, don't forget." Fans ate it up, flooding comments with conspiracy theories and demands for justice. By late afternoon, Ms. Castillo filed a motion for a new hearing, citing the video as potential exculpatory evidence. The judge, blindsided by the viral pressure, agreed to a review. The news hit like a bombshell outside the courthouse. Crowds doubled, both sides chanting louder than ever. Free Ace. Justice for Foolio. The line between right and wrong blurred with every passing hour. In a secret meeting, the prosecution met with their star witness twin, the one whose testimony sealed Ace's fate. "Did you see anything you want to change in your story?" the prosecutor asked, voice tight. Twin looked nervous, eyes darting. "I told you what I saw, but I didn't see his face. It was dark. I heard voices, that's all." The prosecutors exchanged glances. If Twin folded, their whole case could fall apart. Inside Ace's cell, hope turned to anxiety. "What if it's not enough?" he asked Ms. Castillo in a late-night call. "Even with the video, they got everyone thinking, I'm a killer." Castillo's reply was fierce. Innocence isn't just about evidence, Ace, it's about the truth. If we can get this in front of a jury, we have a shot. The next day, a new witness came forward, a corner store clerk who claimed to have seen the whole thing. That wasn't Ace. Asha. I saw the guy run by, face covered. Ace was wearing all white at his show. The killer had on red. Ms.
Yungeen Ace
Castillo
has long been known in Jacksonville.
rushed to get the statement notarized.
We are
This could blow the
consistently
case
monitoring
wide
that group,
open,
those groups.
Dante whispered.
We have people that are
Castillo
always
nodded,
watching them.
or it could get us
I
all
won't
hurt.
speak to the chief's investigation.
People
That's
don't
up to
want the
TPD.
truth. They want
we don't
a
have an
headline.
investigation on
In
him
the city,
right now.
emotions
But he
ran
can't
high.
move around in Jacksonville without
Old
us knowing
beefs
about it.
reignited.
And that's
Crews
for
took
the betterment
sides,
of our community.
and some started whispering about retaliation. Police upped patrols, and every night, fans held their breath, waiting to see who'd make the next move. Social media was a battlefield. Hashtag #AsInnocent started trending, but so did #Keep Fool iOS name alive. As the new hearing approached, tension spiked. Ace was transported back to the courthouse under heavy guard. Protesters swarmed the steps, cops barely holding the line. Foolio's family arrived first, faces hard. Ace's mom showed up in tears, clutching a Bible. Ms. Castillo walked in last. Head held high, clutching the crucial flash drive with the video evidence. The judge called the room to order. Both sides braced for war. Ace, trembling, locked eyes with his mother, who nodded back. Silence strengthened her gaze, and just as Ms. Castillo rose to speak, a voice echoed from the gallery. That's not the whole story. Chaos erupted, everyone spinning to see who dared speak out. A hooded figure stood at the back, holding up a phone. I got more proof. Y'all don't want the truth. Gasps echoed as guards rushed to grab him, and the city's biggest case just took another wild turn. The courtroom erupted into chaos as the hooded stranger shouted, "I've got more proof." Security rushed toward him, but the figure ducked, weaving through the crowd, phone clutched high. The judge pounded the gavel, voice lost in the roar of voices and cameras flashing. Foolio's family yelled, Ace's supporters surged forward, and the bailiffs nearly lost control. For a moment, it felt like the whole city was squeezed into one room, every secret, every grudge, every rumor, suddenly a live Ms. Castillo acted fast. "Judge, this person could be crucial to our case. Let us hear them out." The prosecutor protested, but the judge, sweating and desperate to restore order, agreed. "Approach the bench," he demanded, signaling the stranger forward as security kept a wary hand on his arm. The hooded figure, hands shaking, played a clip for the court. Another security video from a liquor store, time-stamped the night of Foolio's murder. It showed a group of masked men arguing in the parking lot, one with a red jacket, another with a distinctive limp. The figure looked up, voice trembling. "That's my cousin. The killer wasn't Ace. I'm not saying who, but y'all blaming the wrong man." Gasps rippled through the courtroom. Ace stared at the screen, hope and fear mixing in his eyes. Foolio's mother sobbed, torn between relief and heartbreak. Ms. Castillo pressed the witness. "Will you testify?" The hooded figure shook his head. "Can't. I got family." But the truth matters. The judge demanded the video be submitted as evidence and adjourned for the day. Outside, the city was buzzing with speculation. News anchors replayed the new footage. Analysts debated every frame, and both sides doubled down. Ace's crew celebrated, sensing freedom close enough to touch. Foolio's family huddled together, whispers of doubt and anger swirling between them. In the streets, fans argued, some convinced Ace would walk free, others certain it was all just another twist in an endless saga. Ace was rushed back to jail, mind racing. In his cell, he called his mom. "Did you see it?" he asked, voice barely a whisper. "Yes, baby, everyone did. But be careful, people get crazy when the truth comes out." Ace closed his eyes, exhaustion and hope battling inside him. Ms. Castillo worked through the night. Dante cross-checked the new footage, comparing every detail with their original timeline. "Look at the limp," Dante whispered. "That matches a local known for trouble nickname, Big Red." Castillo nodded grimly. "We need more. One video isn't enough. But if we can link Big Red to the scene, Ace might finally get his break." Meanwhile, Twintha's shaky prosecution witness grew nervous. After seeing the new footage, he called the prosecutor late at night. "Yo, I need protection. I ain't say nothing wrong, but people think I lied if they find out." The prosecutor cut him off, frustrated. "Your story better hold up tomorrow, or this whole thing blows up." The next morning, social media exploded with theories. Big Red did it. Trended for hours, fans digging up old mugshots and tagging the police. Bloggers posted side-by-side comparisons of the limp, the jacket, even shoe brands. Rival rappers dropped Insta stories, some hyping Ace's possible freedom, others stoking the flames of old beefs. If Ace walks, street's gonna get ugly. The day of the new hearing, crowds doubled outside the courthouse. Police lined the steps, helicopters buzzed overhead, and every reporter in the state jockeyed for a spot. Inside, the judge looked more exhausted than ever. "I want order," he barked, "or everyone leaves." Foolio's family sat stone-faced, clutching each other's hands. Hush. Ace's mother prayed quietly in the back row. The prosecution tried to poke holes in the new video, calling it inconclusive and unverifiable. Ms. Castillo hit back, calling Dante to the stand to break down the timeline, the location data, and the witness statements. The judge listened closely as Dante calmly laid out each connection, tying Big Red to the scene with chilling detail. He was seen limping from the store at the exact time of the murder. He's got priors: armed robbery, aggravated assault. And he disappeared 2 days after Foolio died. The prosecution faltered, struggling to hold their case together. Then came the twist. As court recessed, a tip came in anonymous, but convincing. "Check the alley cameras on 6th and Bay. You'll see everything." Ms. Castillo sent Dante and an investigator to pull the footage. What they found nearly stopped their hearts. A full view of the alley, with Big Red clearly visible, weapon in hand, as Foolio staggered backward and collapsed. No sign of Ace anywhere near the scene. Back in the cell, Ace's lawyer called, her voice finally full of hope. "This is it, Ace. This is the proof." Ace broke down, sobbing. "Can you really get me home?" Ms. Castillo's tone was gentle, but firm. "It's not over, but we're closer than ever." By evening, the city buzzed with rumors. The police picked up Big Red for questioning, setting off a new wave of headlines. Some fans felt vindicated. Others warned that violence might erupt if Ace walked. Foolio's family, caught between grief and doubt, faced the hardest questions yet. Had they blamed the wrong man all along? Or was this just another manipulation, another heartbreak in an endless cycle? Ace's supporters gathered for a candlelight vigil, praying for his release and blasting his songs into the night. Across town, Foolio's closest friends posted tributes, warning that no court case could bring their brother back. The city was divided, some healing, some still ready for war. The judge announced a final hearing to decide Ace's fate. All eyes turned to the courtroom. The streets outside packed tighter than ever. As the world waited, Ace prayed for one last chance. Sunrise brought a heavy silence to Jacksonville. Every news van, every Twitter feed, every street corner buzzed with one question: would this be the day the truth finally set someone free or break the city forever? The courthouse was surrounded by a sea of faces, Ace's fans in jerseys and chains, Foolio's people in black shirts holding photos, police everywhere. News anchors shouted updates. Helicopters circled overhead. Tension hung thick as humidity died inside. The courtroom was standing room only. Reporters gripped their notepads, families clung to hope or resentment, and his hands cuffed. Heart pounding waited for his last shot. Ms. Castillo squeezed his arm before the bailiffs brought him in. "You ready to speak?" C nodded. Voice barely a whisper. "I have to. For my family, for myself, for Foolio." The judge, stone-faced and tired, called for order. "We are here to review new evidence and reconsider the conviction of Kenyatta Benton, aka Yungeen Ace." Whispers rippled through the crowd as Ms. Castillo called her first witness, the alley security expert. The footage played on every screen. In the courtroom, Big Red, limping, weapon drawn, the moment Foolio fell. No sign of Ace. The prosecution, desperate, tried to poke holes. "Can you prove that was the weapon used? What if Ace was there before or after?" But the timeline was airtight. Dante, calm as ever, walked the court through phone pings, call records, and live footage showing Ace performing at a club miles away at the time of the shooting. Foolio's family grew tense, fear mingling with disbelief. Then came the moment everyone was waiting for. Ms. Castillo called Ace to the stand. The courtroom went dead silent. Ace took a deep breath, tears in his eyes, voice trembling but clear. "I lost a friend that night. I didn't kill Foolio. Beef, yeah, but I wanted peace. The system needed someone to blame. I've been locked up for something I ain't do. I just want my mama to know I didn't do it, and I want Foolio's family to find real justice." His mother sobbed openly. Even some of Foolio's relatives softened, unsure what to believe. The judge watched closely, hands steepled, weighing every word. Then, the twist nobody saw coming. From the back, a member of Foolio's own crew stood up, his red, voice shaking. "Your Honor, I need to say something." The judge nodded. The young man admitted he knew Big Red was in the alley, knew Ace was never there. "I was scared. Everyone was scared. But we can't let the wrong man take the fall." Tears, shouts, the room exploded. The judge banged the gavel, struggling for order. The confession sent shockwaves through both families. Foolio's mother broke down. Ace's crew hugged each other, praying for a miracle. In a brief recess, reporters scrambled outside. "This changes everything," screamed the blogs. Hashtag #FreeAce hit #1. Hashtag Justice for Foolio stayed strong. But the comments now burned with doubt. Maybe we had it wrong. What if Ace is innocent? Police kept the crowd separated, ready for anything. Back inside, the judge called everyone to attention. This court finds substantial new evidence and witness testimony that cast reasonable doubt on the conviction of Kenyatta Benton. The state is instructed to release Mr. Benton immediately, pending further investigation into the actual perpetrator. Ace burst into tears, falling into Ms. Castillo's arms. His mother collapsed, sobbing. Dante hugged the defense team, unable to speak. Foolio's family clung to each other, some angry, some relieved, all shattered. Emotions ran higher than ever before. News crews chased Ace outside. The first taste of freedom, almost too much. He spoke, voice raw. "I just want peace. Rest. In peace, Foolio." Thank you to everyone who fought for the truth. The city was a mix of celebration and pain. Vigils were held for Foolio, parties for Ace's return, but deep wounds stayed open. The family was left divided, some people celebrating justice, others grieving the cost, even as Ace walked out of jail. One question lingered: would Jacksonville ever truly heal? Or was this just the latest chapter in an endless story of heartbreak and drama? As the sun set on Jacksonville, the city felt forever changed. Celebrations echoed in one neighborhood, while tears and quiet prayers filled another. Some called it justice. Others called it another tragedy in an endless cycle. Yungeen Ace walked free, shaky, changed, but finally able to breathe. Foolio's family faced a different kind of freedom. The burden of knowing the wrong man was almost lost, but the real killer still walked the streets. For both families, closure felt far away. News crews camped outside Ace's house. Fans gathered with banners, and every phone buzzed with fresh reactions. Some said Ace was the new face of resilience. Others warned the city would never be the same. Rival rappers dropped statements, some fake, some heartfelt, while old enemies promised this was just the beginning. One truth stood clear. Emotions ran high, and the family was left divided. Maybe for good. In the weeks that followed, Duval County saw new peace talks, but old wounds were slow to heal. People argued in barbershops and on lives. Who really won? Was it the justice system, the lawyers, or just the power of social media to force the truth into the light? Questions lingered, and every answer seemed to spark a new debate. Now it's your turn. Whose side were you on from the start? Do you think real justice was served, or is this just another headline for the streets to debate? Should Ace be celebrated, or should the city be looking for answers even harder? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Like if you felt the drama, and subscribe for more of the stories nobody else will tell you. Because in this city, the truth always finds a way out, no matter how many times people try to bury it. Stay tuned, because you never know whose world will turn upside down. Next,